Browns fans, we are back. It feels like forever, but your boys are back. It is another episode of the Brown and Orange Weekly. I'm your co-host, Dean Samples, followed by the one, the only, my man. I miss talking Browns football with him, Clarence Wilson. How are you doing, bro?
What's up? We're back.
We're back.
Back. You
Took a
had you
brief
had computer
hiatus, I guess,
yeah, you had
due to
computer issues and then you passed your shit on to me because now my computer ain't working. That's all right. We got you.
we got y'all. I know the last episode we were hyping up that we were going to have a draft. We're going to push that back a little bit. Today we're going to dive into the free agency, the biggest thing because the Browns made a splash.
Make some
Free
moves.
agency. Andrew Berry is at it. He's doing a damn good job to try to fill in the holes that we had in this team. You want to dive right into this, my man?
Yeah.
I mean, first before we do it, what are your thoughts on like how AB's done and the
I,
Browns attacking
this,
the free
this
agency? I
they
guess
did well. They plugged holes, which is the main thing. Like, you know, we saw at the I saw at the beginning of last season, I think when we went over um the 53 man, it was like, damn, ain't nobody at DT. Linebackers a little weak right here.
linebackers are hella weak.
Yeah. But he went in, he filled some holes. I think he also made up for some of the mistakes that he made in, drafts and other signings as well. I think that's why we saw some of the wide receivers that we saw get signed, as opposed to just running it back with the guys that we had on the roster last year for the most part. But I'm pleased. But you know me, I'm old school. The holes are filled. Coaching staff is in place. Now it's time to perform.
The holes are filled. It kind of answers some questions heading into the draft about what we may be going after. Um, I think we set ourselves up well that we can go into this draft and just draft some people for depth at this point with a lot of potential to hopefully get some diamonds in the rough. I kind of just passed along. People didn't pay attention to, and you know what I'm saying? I think that sets us up real well. I'm
I think it's a
excited for the
crapshoot
draft
now.
now, even though we don't got a draft. I don't even think we traded our second rounder for Elijah Moore. Um,
Yep.
we have
And we
two
got our
we
so
got
it's in the
two third
third.
rounders.
Yeah, so it's in the third.
Okay.
And it's for the way they made moves, like it's kind of even hard to tell what they could be going after with that third round pick. I mean, they filled a lot of gaps. So like I thought originally they would spend big on DT, and then maybe that first pick, that's when it was a second round pick, I thought it might be a wideout, but they've also filled, some holes there. So
Yeah, I think we're not going to be drafting a wideout. Maybe a
I,
running back.
I feel like
Maybe a
they've got
running
a
back. We lost Ernest Johnson to the Jaguars. I'm not mad at it. It
where the hell's
hurts.
Kareem
I
at?
don't want him to go.
Where the hell's
But
Kareem at?
that's what I want to know. Like, what does this mean for Kareem Hunt? Do the Browns try to like work something out where you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100%
It
agree.
kind of puts himself in a position unless they're happy with Chubb, Demetric Felton, and Ford. You know what I'm saying?
I think they might. I feel like they've invested a few picks in that over the last 2 years. Because I think what Felton was a fifth or sixth round pick, and Ford was as well, I want to say. So I think they might be set.
Mm,
I kind of feel like with that first third round pick, I mean, obviously, clearly it's going to be who's sitting there available.
right.
But I really think maybe that's where they if there's a DT available, maybe they just to bolster the line, even though they
I
did,
have
bring in Tomlinson and Hurst.
do you think Hurst is a steal? Could potentially be a steal? I mean, the last 2 seasons he's been sidelined with injury.
So
He tore a muscle somewhere. I forget where. It might have been a pec or something like that, or
yeah,
in training camp. So I took him out
so
last year. And
old me would have said that's a damn steal.
what we owe Elijah Moore for the next 2 years is a damn steal.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully he can perform. But
1.4 million this year, then 1.8 next year.
yeah.
Not mad at it. Not bad at all. We got some
But
speed there. My boy's young. He wanted out of New York. He's coming to the land. I'm ready for it, bro. I'm
I'm with it. I'm absolutely with it. He's probably going. I think he's gonna probably play in the slot, but we haven't had like, and he can catch better than my man Schwartz. Schwartz, you still my guy, dude. Don't let nobody hate on
looks
you
like the
ever,
writing on the wall is there for
ever.
your boy right there.
Well, I told you I before we started this call, I told you what's gonna happen. If he ain't here, he's gonna go somewhere, start running reverses and burning people downfield and um.
Kind of like what's his name? Benjamin? Kelvin
Oh yeah,
was it Kelvin
Travis
Benjamin?
Benjamin.
Travis
Travis
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Went to the
Yeah.
Chargers and did all that.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. You just returned a couple punts here for touchdowns, but yeah, he got with a halfway decent quarterback, and all of a sudden he's a game breaker. But
Unbelievable.
anyway, I digress. All these sightings are great, but I'm gonna tell you how I feel about them all as a whole at the end.
Okay. Well, let's dive right into it, my man.
Let's do it.
Dalvin Tomlinson, the biggest one.
I'm happy. I will say that I feel like he was their second or third choice behind like Hargrave.
We were close on Hargrave, from what I've
Yeah,
heard.
yeah, it was us, and he signed with San Francisco, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was us in San Francisco. Um, just didn't happen,
Hey, I'll
is
still
what it.
take Tomlinson.
Yeah, I'm happy with
He
it.
missed 4 games last year. He still recorded 2.5 sacks, 42 tackles. He had one forced fumble and one forced fumble recovery.
But the biggest thing, he's a big boy. He can plug up the middle.
He reminds me of a Joel Batonio. Like he just has that vibe to him. Like he's just real laid back, chill. He's a
I'm happy.
big boy too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Uh,
He's like, I don't think we're gonna be getting gashed up the middle on the run anymore.
I don't think so, man. And that killed us last year. If we could have
Mm-hmm.
stopped the run last year, our season would have probably looked a hell of a lot different.
Yeah, been a lot
But
closer to making the
I don't
playoffs.
want to talk about the past. It's depressing.
It is.
I seen someone that tweet out asking about the Jets. Like, can you think of a Browns game that hurt more than this one? I'm like, been a while. I don't know, man. It's up there. I'm still not over it. I'm still not over it.
It's the most recent one, but I feel like if I rack my brain long enough, I could think of something that
Like the
hurts similarly. The
Bears
help,
back in
yeah, the
what
two,
year was
yeah.
that?
I was like,
It was like
what's it?
2008, 2007, something like that.
Yeah, when
Rex Grossman was quarterback.
and who was their kick returner?
Devin
Hester.
Hester.
Yeah, but no, but you know what? I don't even think it was Hester that killed us that game. They had a another DB, I think, that was returning kicks and destroyed us. Destroyed us.
I was
I
at
feel
that
like
game too. I was young. I was a young one.
yeah, but I give the Thomason signing A+. They got they might not have got their first or second choice, but they got a guy who's going to be able to do the thing. And while you're over there sipping, this show is unofficially sponsored by Redemption Rye. And
Yeah.
what you got?
We got West Branch Malts. They got their spiced apple whiskey out of Brunswick, Ohio. Go give them a visit. They got some good vodka and some good whiskeys. Hit us up if you want to sponsor us because we would love to be a part of that.
That's right.
But
We continue. So what do you give? You give it an A+ too?
yeah, I'm gonna give it A plus. That's a heavy hitter we needed in that. in that hole right there on the defensive line. I think that's going to relieve a lot of strains on Miles Garrett's self, his body.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's going to hopefully be more of a relief than we thought Clowney was going to be. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Well,
So
Speaking of Miles, looks like he has a partner. He has a new partner on the other end. Our boy 007. I'm gonna give it a shot. Ogbania Okoronkwo,
you sounds
defensive
good.
end. Ah, it worked. Sounds official. I don't know.
007 is so much cooler. So I'm going to go 007.
um,
I'm excited for this one, dude.
I hear that
I
he can. He's a solid pass rusher.
He is, and I think since he's so young too, Miles can kind of put him under his wing. He's not coming in here. You know what I'm saying? We all know Clowney has an ego. Clowney's had ego since the hit.
Yeah, been getting paid off that hit literally for years.
Yeah, that's the only reason why you're even relevant.
Yeah.
Bum.
Um, I'm cool with him too. I can't really like again, we can look at numbers and look at a little bit of tape here and there, but we needed another DE.
We did.
Fills the spot. He's coming over with rings. They're coming over with a ring. Um, and this also means that we don't have to play our young guys, and they have a chance to be able to grow a little bit and get a little bit better.
Yep.
And they don't have to do it in the trenches. They can actually sit on the sideline, learn a little bit, do a little bit of spot duty while Miles and Double O are out there killing it.
Looks like
So
I got like a strobe light going off in my face because I got Raw going on in the background. We're both wrestling fans. We're watching Monday Night Raw here.
yeah, it's
Go
going
follow
down.
the pile driver.
I mean, it's we're it's WrestleMania season, so you gotta
Yeah,
watch now.
it's WrestleMania week. I think there's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
wrestling every week, every day this week.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Um, but I give this one. I mean, there's not really anybody else out there who
No.
I could have said that. All right, they could have got this guy instead. So, and it fills that hole. So I'm again, it's an A grade for me.
A grade. I was gonna go B plus A
Okay.
for me. Um, we broke down the defensive end. Like we went through the free agents that are available in past episodes. We broke down the position every episode, damn near. Um, they're the heavy hitters were very thin all around.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a strong free agent class. Would you even call it a class?
I mean, there's players here and there,
Free
but like,
agent group for 2023.
yeah.
I'm happy with it. The dude's young. You know what I'm saying? He's still got some youth in him. I think he can elevate his career much more and his game being here with Miles
Mm-hmm.
and with Tomlinson there too. It's gonna it's gonna make a huge difference. I think. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I'm excited for Schwartz being here, man. I'm excited to see what he can do with this defense.
That's the biggest. That's going to be huge. Like if he can turn Tomlinson into one of these other beasts that he's had, like what's my man stomping people in Tennessee, Albert Hainsworth and Sue, and that kind of player. If we can get that kind of production, I'm with it. And double
Mock my
O,
words, he's going to be in the top five for his position come year end.
okay, I hear you. I hear you. I see you. I hear
Okay,
you.
okay, okay, okay. We
Also on the defensive line, what about Hurst, Maurice Hurst?
Yeah. Um,
He coming out, he was supposed to be an animal.
yes, his best year was his rookie year. He had 3 seasons. Um, who had him? Oh, the Chiefs. And then he went with the Raiders. Wait, no, he was drafted by the Raiders.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think he was drafted by the Raiders.
He had 3 seasons with the Raiders, and then he played with the Chiefs, and he's been injured for the past 2 seasons, essentially.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of question coming into this. We don't know is he ever going to. I mean, he had the 3 years. If his rookie year was his best year, and was it Oakland at that point? Um,
So Raiders and then 49ers last year. Last year 49ers.
was 49ers. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's my fault. Thornhill, Chiefs.
Yes, Thornhill's Chiefs. Yes.
My apologies. Um, I don't know, man.
I
If he
mean,
can come back healthy, he's had essentially 2 years off, but he's had two significant injuries to derail him for that long. It's just, I think the way this defense is set up right now, it could be a good way for him to excel and maybe get back into the form he was his rookie year and get that kind of production. But dude's talented. It's just, I mean, it sucks that Oakland's been asked for a long time. You know what I'm
well,
saying? But so have we.
I thought he was projected. I feel like what was he like a second or third rounder, but he had like a heart issue or something like there's some kind of medical issue I think that made him drop, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it a heart issue?
Well, we'll
We'll have to
get
look
him.
into that. We'll have
We'll
to go
get
down
him
that
up.
road.
Yeah, he I feel like there was some kind of medical issue that basically is what had him drop. So, maybe he comes here and it's time to make it happen, you know? He's one that I'm not expecting a whole lot, so anything we get from him, I'm cool with. But I don't know. I feel like um he's more rotational and
Yeah,
backup than anything.
I can agree with that. I don't know. I think it's a low risk, high reward kind of situation here.
Absolutely.
I think it's a solid move. I'm gonna give it a B, just a flat B,
I
maybe
can't
C
disagree.
plus. Um, just simply because the question we don't know if we'll ever get that type of player that he was projected to be. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't know. It's. I think he'll be all right though. I feel it. So we already mentioned because I made the mess up. Juan Thornhill. What are your thoughts on him? Looking like he's going to be given the starting job next to Grant Delpit.
It's looking like he's a starter. I'm so as soon as the Browns sign anybody, I immediately go to like and look at what the fans of that particular team are saying and try and get like a vibe of like, how he was seen amongst the fan
Yeah,
base and
you'll
about,
see some cool people tweet like, "Take
yeah,
care of him, Cleveland." You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
especially like Jamal Williams.
yeah.
I can't believe Detroit let him go for one.
I heard he made it this. He said the offer was disrespectful from what I read.
Yeah. So the Saints got him, and I like his introduction, his press conference where I asked him about Pokemon. All the comments on it were from Detroit people, like, I can't believe we let him go. Please take care of him. You know what I'm saying? He's a gem. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I know what you're saying. I do the same thing. It
Yeah.
tells me a lot. I did that with John Johnson when he got traded. I immediately went and just looked, and we got some positive stuff from people when John Johnson got here, but unfortunately, it didn't.
Didn't work out.
No,
Everything that I read about Thornhill is that he's a solid player. He's a little bit inconsistent. I feel like I heard his name a lot throughout their playoff run, though, their Super Bowl run this year, though.
two Super
So,
Bowls he was
yeah,
part of.
yeah. So I feel like he can fill that gap that John Johnson left.
Yeah,
Um, so he started 52 games for Kansas City, so he's experienced back there. Um, and again, it fills a need.
yeah, exactly.
So I give it a B.
B. Okay,
A plus across the board for filling the gaps. But like, until we see this guy get on the field, I'm giving it a B.
I'm gonna give it a B too.
Okay.
I'm right there with you, and that's kind of where I'm at with this next one. I'm gonna ask you about cornerback Mike Ford from the Falcons.
This was kind of like a pattern we saw of the Browns filling special needs or special team spots.
I mean, let's be honest. If Denzel's out, you know what I'm saying? We've had some people hurt back there last season, and people that stepped in didn't really do the job, dude. So I'm like, I'm all for them trying to beef that up. This is another low risk, high reward. It's a gamble. I think it's a solid move. He's I know on paper it kind of seems like he's been a journeyman. He's been tossed around a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe Schwartz can be that guy to kind of get him in his own, break through him.
I mean, we
Maybe he
clearly
needs
need
someone
special
like that.
teams help. We clearly need some help on special teams. This, with
Yeah.
the new coach and
But if
clearly
anything,
some of the
we have
players.
depth at the cornerback position.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, for what they're going to bring him in for to run special teams, sheep. Yeah, I'm fine with it. That's another move that I'm going to give a B for, just strictly because it's a special teams move,
Yeah.
along with and this is a position that they didn't do a whole lot with, but another special teams move was Matt Adams, the linebacker.
Yes. That was my next guy I was going to ask you about.
Yeah.
We re-signed Taki Taki.
Hmm.
Are you we also signed Pochich that we
And
I
we
think we
also,
both lobbied for both of them to get
yeah,
re-signed when we broke that down.
yeah,
I'm glad they got that lockdown, so they're back.
and we
Um
resigned
Anthony Walker.
AWOL. Yeah. So I've said a few things about a walk. It kind of goes back to people were losing their mind about how when he got hurt, the run defense seemed to suffer. But I'm also
He was the
noticed,
clear leader of that defense, or at least
yeah,
one of them.
yeah. But the one thing that I noticed is that the first three opponents last year all ran the ball 20 times or less. The very next week is when Atlanta decided to break out every running back they had on the roster and just run it down our guts.
Right.
So it's hard to say if it was Walker or if it was just teams realizing that we can't stop the run because they saw our DTs and our linebackers.
It could be.
So, I mean,
It damn
so
well
I'm,
could be.
but yeah, Adams, I think he again, more special teams, um,
And it gives us more depth at the
linebacker.
linebacker position. I mean, we like I said, we re-signed Taki Taki, Jordan Kunasic. I'm probably butchering it, and I'm sorry.
That's good enough.
Uh, we got the Anthony Walker. Now we got him. Um, I'm happy with it. Just beef that up, man, because that killed us. The depth of that position killed us.
Yeah,
On the other side, I mean, still on the defensive side, we have Tristan Hill from the Cowboys, the defensive tackle. Kind of gives us some more depth. How do you feel
yep.
about that one? Do you think
I mean, it's more depth. I feel like we have our backups on the roster already. Like I feel like the guys last year that were starting when they probably shouldn't have been, like Togiai and what's my man Elliott and those guys. I feel like we had some depth, but clearly with them trying to beef up that defensive line, they felt it wasn't enough. So I'm happy with this guy.
he was
You know,
drafted in 2019, so he's
yep,
still young. Played 31
yep,
career games and 5 starts and has totaled 39 tackles, 7 tackles for a loss, and 1.5 sacks. Played
yeah.
7 games with the Cowboys last season before he was waived and claimed by the Cardinals, who played him in 7 games. He recorded 12 tackles, 1 sack, and a career high 5 tackles for a loss last season.
310 pounds, another big boy to fill that
Yeah,
middle.
he's quick too.
Yeah, I'm again, they're
Add that depth,
filling the
man.
holes. Yes, yes, they're filling the holes.
Beef it up. That line killed us in so many games last season.
Yeah,
Fucking
absolutely.
stop the run. I don't give a damn.
So I think we've hit pretty much all the defensive signings, haven't we?
Yeah, now we just got the like 3 offensive signings. We
So
re-signed Josh Dobbs, which I think was a solid move.
are we gonna see him this year?
I mean, he's
I
the
still
number two. He's the number two.
to this day, I will still never understand why when Jacoby was out there. that they didn't have a Dobbs package.
You
I
know what I'm
don't
saying? Like
understand.
what they did with Deshaun. You know what I'm saying?
And they ran
They
Jacoby out
bring
there.
Jacoby in and he'd do his thing. They think he'd be running. He'd go out and pass it. You
Yeah,
can do the same thing with Dobbs with Watson.
it'd
I
be
mean,
nice to see just a little package because, like I said, I just don't understand. Like the one thing that Dobbs did better, the one thing that Dobbs does better than Jacoby, which is run,
yeah,
but they never had a package for him. And shout out to Jacoby. He where you go? What Washington?
yeah,
Brissett? Yeah. Shout
yeah.
out to Jacoby.
Shout out to yeah. He has a shot to being the starter, dude.
Mm-hmm.
For real. They lost Taylor Heineke. Where did he go?
It's kind of shocking because he played all right last year.
Oh, where did he go?
I'm not up on my Washington Commanders football.
Bro, where did he go? It's gonna come to me. Anyways, um, I'm not even gonna lie though. Towards the end of the season, when Dobbs got that start for Tennessee, I was rooting hard for that dude, man.
Yeah, man.
We got Dobbs back, and then we beefed up our wide receiver group, man. Now
A
there's
trade.
one that we have not been. It's a weird situation. I don't know what's going on. Reportedly, the Browns signed Marquise Goodwin to a 1 year deal. It's been tweeted out by all the local news stations, but nothing on the Browns website, Browns Twitter, Facebook page, anything like that. No official signing. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're pending physical, but it's been reported that we signed Marquise Goodwin. How do you feel about that?
Um, I feel like he's filler. I feel like the big move they did was to get that to was get more. So giving up the two and more to move back. Well, I think it's 30 slots to the third round. So I mean, he's fast.
Yeah,
He's
and
fast.
it gives us speed. It gives us a veteran back there that we talked about that room desperately needed. Not that
Um,
Amari wasn't the answer, but I still feel like we needed some more.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, Amari is your security blanket. He's gonna catch everything. He's gonna run the
yes,
right routes.
but Amari's never been that guy to be like the veteran leader of a wide receiver group. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't
Yeah,
that guy in Dallas,
yeah.
and for him, you can't expect him to come here to Cleveland and be that guy immediately. Is something that he's never been in his whole career.
I think he'll be
Not saying he's not capable of it, but he's
yeah,
like you're. It can't be. That's a lot to ask for somebody that's never done that before, been that guy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Especially which I guarantee he probably didn't have the proper guidance by like a veteran in that room. He was, you know what I'm saying? It's a weird
yeah.
situation. So I think having Goodwin there is very helpful in multiple ways. It gives the speed and that veteran presence.
Well, I think the veteran presence and the speed, clearly. Um, the one thing is he hasn't been productive. Per ESPN. Um, 2017, he had 56 receptions for 962 yards. But since 2017, he hasn't had more than 27 catches and 400 yards receiving in any season. So, maybe this is, again, it's for
How
depth
many
because
years did
we
he
did
play
make the
in
trade for
Tampa
more.
though with Brady? Brady
Three,
passes the
maybe?
ball to everybody.
That's true. For some reason, he find Mike Evans a lot. Um,
Yeah.
and Gronk while he was there, but I feel like again, it's speed and like you said, the writing is on the wall for my man. It is
It is.
they needed veteran receivers, and this is one of the moves along with more that honestly I feel that this is Barry coming back and more or less saying, all right, I screwed up. I didn't really do anything. I brought in Amari, but I didn't bring really anything in behind him. DPJ was a shock and a surprise more than anything at how well he played, but also that could just be due to the lack of production behind him with
Yeah.
Schwartz and David Bell, who didn't do a whole lot last year.
No.
I'm down with it. I'm down
I
with it.
imagine that the Browns are going to keep at least six of these wide receivers.
Yeah.
You got Cooper, Elijah Moore, Marquise Goodwin, DPJ, David Bell.
Bell, and Anthony Schwartz. Speaking to
Uh,
existence. Well, because you figure the last couple of spots are between probably Schwartz. Um, what's my man who was hurt last year? Jakeem Grant.
I'd take Grant over Schwartz.
Stop it.
Fuck out of here. It's just like you saying Jay-Z's better than Wayne.
Because he is.
No, no, he's not. Lyrically, no. The wordplay, no. No way in hell.
All day, every day, 24/7,
All right,
365,
you take his
366 in
discography.
a leap
A
year.
card, a Carter 2 is Wayne's best album. Carter 3 was man. Everything else is like that. But if you look at his features, that whole like early 2000s where he had the features in the mixtape era, Wayne took everybody's beats and just ate on them. And Jay-Z can't handle his wordplay.
You out of control with
I'm
that
gonna
one.
die. I'm gonna die on this
You
hill.
you out of pocket with that one, Dino.
Nope. I'm Team
No,
Wheezy.
Jay. Yeah.
Hell no.
Um. But yeah, with the signing Goodwin along with Moore, and there's still inklings of Browns being in on Judy. So at this point, um, the receiving core is better. There's no
Yes.
question about that.
We added a tight end too.
Yes, we did.
Jordan Akins.
Yes. Um, I will give the Goodwin signing a C plus. He's proven to be a somewhat average receiver who has great speed that maybe we'll be able to find a spot for him. I'm
He'll be
more
what he we need him to be, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more happy about
He's
the
no
Moore
not
signing.
he's not a home run signing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But he's what we need.
I'm more happy about the Moore signing, but I'm also the whole Anthony Schwartz thing. I ain't gonna lie, it soured me on Stefanski because I'm like, okay, if we can't figure out a way to get this dude the damn ball some way somehow, whether
You have
it's
that much faith in him?
versus
You have that
no,
much
not
faith in
not
him.
in Schwartz. I don't have a
Okay.
lot of faith in Schwartz. I have, but if you got a fast guy, like you got to figure out how to get him the ball. That's the
I
bit. Like
agree. You're right.
so,
You're right.
so for me, like I played high school soccer 1 year. I did it for a joke. I
Fuck.
was the fastest dude on the
I
team.
did I did that for tennis as a joke.
Yeah,
Trying to make the
I,
team. I
I,
was like, I bet you I could do this. Yeah, right.
yeah,
Bet.
dude. I was the fastest dude on the team, and it took about 4 games until one of the other players was like, "Hey, coach, why don't we start Clarence and have him just beat the other dudes down the field? So that way, because it took for coach. I can't remember the coach's name, but probably shouldn't have been coaching soccer. I don't care. Um, but it literally took one of the other kids on the team to be like, why don't we start Clarence and let him sprint upfield because he's faster than everybody else? So it's figuring out a way to use the speed. And
That's
I'm not sure that like Stefanski can do that.
how many fumbles did that boy have in his tenure here in Cleveland?
The only one I remember is the reverse because he ran 15 yards and then got smacked out his hand.
I remember like was it his rookie year? I don't know if he caught a pass or got a kickoff, but you could tell he heard footsteps and he like got so nervous and he just like fell on the ground, bro.
Leave my man alone.
No,
C plus for Goodwin. A and I don't even want to give it an A yet because more he was playing with some crap ass quarterbacks. So let's see what happens.
the, one of those motherfuckers beat us.
Don't John.
Joe
87 year
Flacco.
old 87-year-old Joe Flacco came in here and
God,
yeah.
that's
Other
it for the
offensive
free
side.
agents. I do want to
Yeah,
get. Let's go ahead. Sorry,
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I do want to know how you feel about congratulating Deshaun Watson for destroying the Ravens.
Um, I think you said it best on the Dinner Dogs account, or sorry, the Dogs, Jesus, 3 podcasts ago, the Brown and Orange Weekly account. Um, I think it's funny as shit. I can't lie. I think it's funny as hell. I can It is.
You can't tell me that the Deshaun Watson deal didn't play a
Oh, it absolutely
huge
played
role in
into it.
this.
Absolutely played into it. Absolutely.
Ravens fans' worlds is just collapsing right now.
And I'm loving every minute of it. Every minute of it. And people are like, "Oh, you can't take a victory lap because of the Browns." Guess what? They used to be the damn Browns. Anytime that I can see them hurt and fail, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
The funniest is when they try doing it to a Browns fan that's just like, you know what? I know our team's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, been doing it for 20 years. And guess
Yeah.
what? It's still funny what you're going through. I don't give
Yep.
a shit. Like,
Yep.
oh, I got nothing now.
It's funny to me. It is.
Then you
It
get
is funny.
blocked.
It's funny to me.
It
Um,
is.
and since you mentioned Watson too, so all these free agent signings, all this stuff is great, but it all depends on him returning to form. Like if
He
he don't
will.
return to
He
form,
will. Positivity.
you keep the positivity. I'm keeping it.
I'm gonna have to call Biggie. I'm gonna get a cameo from Biggie to tell you to be positive from the new day. It's gonna be glorious. I'm gonna hype you up, tell you to be positive. Deshaun's gonna be fine. The Browns gonna be okay. It's gonna be good.
Bro, we're both Browns fans. We saw
We're
the
winning
glimpses
the
last
Super Bowl
year.
this year. I'm just joking. I don't. I'm
You're
not. I'm not going that far.
on your own with that one. But we
I know
saw
better than that shit.
we've seen we saw the glimpses last year, which is nice. But like I said, I think towards the end of the season, probably our last episode or the last episode of the season, meaning after game 17, he got to see some live. Watson got to see some live rounds for 6 weeks, and then it stopped. And now
Yeah.
he's going to have to come in, and from what I understand, they're revamping the offense a little bit.
Yeah,
But
but
now
now
he's
he's able to have that whole offseason with those guys.
absolute,
He was not
absolute
able to do that last year.
for sure. But he's still not seeing no more live rounds until
That's
week
fine, but
one.
he's building chemistry with the guys,
I
which
hope
is
so.
which
I hope so. But I'm more
you see what it did
concerned.
for Jacoby.
I'm more concerned that like if he since he's not seeing these live rounds on a regular basis, are we basically starting back over? Because guess what? He's wearing the orange jersey in practice. You can't touch him.
I mean, he's not really getting that many new weapons. He's just getting two.
True.
I think he played with
True.
Jordan Akins, if I'm not mistaken,
I
in
think
Houston.
yes, I think he did.
So
But it's not even the weapons. It's more of like the timing and the the accuracy and those kind of things. Those are the kind of things that like he sat for 2 years, played for 6 games, and now he's sitting for a whole off season. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I'm not
yeah,
thinking that he's going. Yeah, I'm rooting for him to be successful because the Browns are my favorite football team. So I'm rooting for him to be successful. But I will keep saying it. There's this little tiny part in the back of my brain that says, "What if he don't get right?" Like, so all these free agent signings, all this stuff is great. Hopefully the defense will stack up, but the offense and the team as a whole depends on him returning to form.
I think he will, man. I think he
I'm
will.
hoping. I'm hoping he will, but hope is not a strategy. They better have some shit together. They
He
better get
will.
their shit together.
I feel good, man. It's off season. Things. I'm getting hype. I'm getting hype.
Can't
Putting everything
complain.
from last season behind me. It's all nothing but positivity from this point forward.
You will continue to be
Except for Anthony
positive.
Schwartz, your bum.
Leave that
Sorry,
man
I had to
alone.
get that out.
Leave that man alone.
Nope, never.
I got a quick one before we get out of here.
Okay,
How would you feel about OBJ coming back?
I'm about it.
I am so completely against that shit. The
4 million a
man,
year. Come on.
the man was telling Von Miller and whoever else not to come here. You can't undermine my squad. and then try and come back here like shit is copacetic. Like
Yep.
I'm it bothers me, but I'd
You have a
rather
good point there.
I'd rather do the Judy thing, but we probably won't be able to get him because from what I understand, they're looking for a one and we ain't got it.
Or two and a player.
Yeah. But who do we have to even get rid of? I feel like everybody left
Schwartz.
over. They what they gonna do for Schwartz, man? All right, leave that man alone. um,
All right, I'm
but
sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
feel
I'm
like
done.
it's all core. I feel like our players that we kept from last year is like the core and our main backups, and they're not taking no backups. I don't think for him, and I don't think we're
No,
dealing anybody from our core.
no. We're gonna be all
So,
right. We're gonna be all right.
all right, I'm
We'll be all
I'm
right. I want to hear you say it. We're gonna be all right.
we'll be all right.
Fucking take it. I'll take it. It's better than nothing.
It's just being an old Browns fan, man. I'm happy. All the moves they've made have seemed right, but I feel like I've sat and been like, damn, in 2007, 2008, man, all the moves is right.
I know. In the back of my head, like I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm waiting for some BS to happen.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got. I will give a
Yeah,
shout out to all of Believe in Media. Make sure you go follow. Shout out to all our new ATC crew. I've not met them, um, but they're gonna be killing the game. Shout out to
yep.
Brandon and Joey. Much love for y'all.
Yeah, much love, Brandon and Joey. Miss you guys. Shout out to the new All Things Cavalier crew. They're revamping and re-debuting here soon. Follow Believe in Media for a drop for their first episode together. It's gonna be fire. Guardians of the CLE. Guardians
Killing
season's
it.
coming up. Killing it, man.
Every week they got a player on.
Yeah, well deserved. They put the work in.
We
If you're a
probably should
wrestling
probably be
fan,
nicer.
go
Maybe I should
follow
be
the Pile
nicer.
Driver.
Maybe I should be nicer to the Browns players. Maybe they'll come on if I start ragging them or stop ragging on
Yeah, I
them.
should probably do the same thing.
Yeah, probably. Well, the only dude you ragging on probably won't be here.
Sports.
So,
Bye, Felicia. Um,
yes, listen to what he said. Sorry, Guardians of CLE. Make sure you check out Pile Driver, especially this week. It's WrestleMania week.
yeah, go give us a follow. We're gonna be breaking down a lot of shit. Things have been crazy on the wrestling side. I'm a co-host for the Pile Driver. We've had a lot of fun. Go follow us. Double Play CLE, a new show from Believe in Media. Go follow them. The boys from there, Paulie and Lil J. They put out some great stuff. You probably, if you follow me on the Pile Driver, you've seen Paulie on there several times. Dude's amazing. Go give them a follow. We got some things. We got some things in the we got some irons in the fire, as they might say. Believe in Media is off to a hot 2023. It's only going to get bigger. So yeah, love you guys. Proud to be a member of the team. Clarence, let them know, man.
Y'all know the word. Y'all know the routine and the words,
I get back in this routine. I missed it.
right? In the words. I didn't use my thesaurus this week at all, so I got to come up with one on
Damn,
my own.
he's just coming up. All
In
right.
the word, in the words of the jovial Freddie Kitchens.
Okay.
You know, we're brown and orange.
You don't matter.
That's right.
Peace, y'all. We'll see you guys next week. For
Peace.
sure this time.
That's right. We back.
We back, baby.
We're back.
Peace.